On this episode of Woodchucks Garage, we've grabbed the Project Ranger out of my home garage, put it on the car trailer, and taken up to my dad's place. Currently, it has no master cylinder in it, no booster. Yet, I still managed to back it into the garage without going through the back side of the garage. Reason it's here. Well, my big compressor's here, got a little more room, and we're going to work on correcting some paint issues that arouse probably from tarping it for too long. And when you tarp something too long, it kills the paint job. Spin you around here. So we're going to be fixing that today. We're going to knock down all that mess, get it roughed up, and yep, we're going to do the $29.95 shy paint job on it. Going to use Rust-Oleum flat black. That naphtha is just for thinning. Going to try and get a little creative with the tape and come up with a custom paint scheme while we're at it to try and make this somehow be sort of pleasing to the eye. So I'll get you up a little higher here. Yeah, roof's kind of nasty. It's kind of nasty. I'd venture to say that was a block of wood or something that was sitting on the tarp. Over here on our C10, I've got the visor. Boy, I tell you, long ago, I probably installed 8, 10, 12 of these things at a body shop I used to be at. That was a big thing back then, putting Lund visors on stuff. But I'm going to spray that black as well. Now what we're going to try and do is I got to find the lowest point of paint damage per side and try to match that in measurement and lay a tape line across here. I'm thinking about laying what I call a pinch stripe in there using the blue vinyl tape. So I'll have a break of silver between the black, and maybe that'll help make it look a little better. But that's all we're trying to do, guys, because whatever I do has got to look better than what this does now. See, over here we got more paint damage from the tarp. So that's probably my lowest point here. So it's probably about another half inch lower, so that's got to be where I make the break. What we'll do is squeeze it on the door. Let's come down through here. Probably skip underneath this. I'm just going to tape this off. I'm afraid to actually take this off. Something might break loose. So sometimes it's better just to leave things where they are. We'll stay above the door handle. I think I'm just going to make some sort of curve and go up. Leave this silver because I really don't want to make a weird transition here. So if I come up with something like this, then go straight up. I won't need to really paint the back of the cab because it's really not necessary. So let's see what we can do with this. I still got to put what we call a porta power in here. This door's not shutting too good because the tree limb branch thing that fell on the truck, who knows when, made this real tight. So I need to push that out so we can get a windshield put back in, and the windshield won't be just hanging up above the line. We need to be able to get a good seal because there's a chrome trim that goes on here too. So we got some work ahead of us today. Let's get after it. Alright, we got her knocked out. Got most of the loose paint off the hood. It's not the greatest, but that's what flat black's going to hide, I guess. Top corners had some old mud. I had to pry that out and throw some fresh mud in the top corners. Again, it's covered by the sun visor. here's the stripe idea. That blue is actually covering the silver, but I already had a Murphy Law kick in, and when I went to reposition that blue stripe, it pulled clear coat off the fender. Of course it did. So here's the idea back here. Just gonna run that right up. We cancel it right there. I'm just spraying right over that with the black. I'm not going to bother with it. Hood and roof have been knocked down as much as we can. So we're going to get busy here. It's all masked up, ready to go. I've got about 45 minutes to work with before the sun disappears. We'll try and spray with the door open to get the fumes out of here. Any of you have sprayed Rust-Oleum either out of a spray can or out of a quart can? We don't need that there. It stinks. It really does. As it cures out. I have to hit the blowgun on it, I guess. And I decided at the last minute I'm going to paint that portion of the dash, but I did cover up the VIN. So I might as well grab that and the top edge of the roof. I'll spray some Rust-Oleum in there. But any way you look at it, it's going to look way better than it was. So we'll see how it turns out here when I'm done. Remember this stuff? We're going to spray it around the doors and around the pinstripe area. Just to be sure that black paint will stick. It's a Cajun promoter. Spray some on the front of that grill on this fake hood scoop. Some on top of the dash. Now on this side, I couldn't do that cab deal where it goes up. If you still got an issue with this pillar, even after I paint it, I've got to push that pillar forward. Where in other videos, the windshield smashed in on this. So did a little damage to that windshield pillar. All this was Scotch braided. Remember this? Call it good. Alright. Let's see if we can get her done. Got my signature paint suit on. We'll try and do a little bit of the roof. See how this stuff sprays. I may have to thin it some more with the naphtha. What I'll do is I'll stand on the steps, on the truck that is, and use the ladder on the other side. So, gotta be a little bit of a gymnast, which I don't recommend. So, here we go. Try this out.
Doubles when I'm trying to do that. The suspension on the C10 compresses, and so is this. So I feel like I'm standing on a raft. Try and get at least 2 coats on. Just make sure you get plenty of slack in your hose. I'm going to shoot that one visor another day. I'm trying to get all this done today. One day.
going to see that stay like that for a minute. Alright, I'm going to reload. The reason I'm trying to get this done is it's mid-October when this was filmed, and temperature is not going to get any warmer, guys. So I'm literally working with outside temp inside the garage. I do not have a heating source. So it's just, you gotta do what you gotta do, guys. That was a major bummer. And that pulled the clear coat up from the fender. I'm contemplating now is I wanted that to remain silver, same with the body. What do you guys think? Maybe just leave it blue? I can't use that. That's masking tape. I'd have to actually buy pinstriping tape. I'm thinking either blue, red, or just get more silver in a pinstripe, or just go over what's already ruined on this. That's not what I wanted to happen. But this is what you run into when you buy older stuff, even new stuff. You don't know what someone else has done. You know, what their prep habits were, what their spraying habits were. They really cheaped out on the stuff they put on there. I don't know. But we're just going to have to deal with it. Mind you, this will all flash off and it'll be a flat black after a couple days. I need to keep that door open, but the bugs are going to see the lights and want to come see me. Already bugged there. Yeah, this hood's really junky. But the way it has going for it, it's not rusted through. So that's why I didn't want to spend a lot of money and put the silver back on the clear coat. I just can't see it. Trying to stay out of budget, guys. Still got a lot of rust repair ahead of me. Alright, let's put another coat on. I thinned it a little more, so we'll see if it sprays any better.
I'm also spraying with a desiccant filter that's past its prime. But I think it's a little more forgiving with an oil-based type paint like this doing. There we go. And something. I think I got myself up. So I don't fall off. Well, I hope you guys are enjoying original content and a guy that you can see and hear talk.
Alright, time for the reveal. Let's start pulling some paper. I already know what's going to happen here. I'm worried if I pull that next, it's going to pull more clear coat. Generally, when you're unmasking, kind of want to keep the tape going downward as you go and away from an edge. It's going to be the most nerve-wracking part right here. Also, let's go with the yellow on it, doesn't it? You gotta go slow. When it comes to painting, patience wins. Surprisingly, we're getting a pretty decent clean edge here off the yellow masking tape. Just stick tape back to the plastic, less on the ground. Here's what I'm worried about. Grabbing a razor blade to get a hold of it. Unless I don't have a choice, I gotta pull straight back. I don't know if you can see that, but that's paint. I hope this is the only area that's doing it. We should only be seeing them blue as I pull. going and going. Really frustrating. It's the whole way. It's pulling the clear coat and base coat up. Only on this fender, I hope. Now it's pulling clean. Stop. Alright, take you along on this. I'm pulling the paper on this side of the truck, but we're going to skip the other side. Received a notification my storage is getting full on the phone. I mentioned I got a lot of content to upload to you for you guys. Plus, I finally figured out, looking around, to use a compression tool to upload files a whole lot quicker. So hopefully we can get a whole lot more content loaded up in a shorter amount of time. That way I can get it off the internal storage on the camera and keep the camera happy. So what you're seeing is just part of the plan here. Don't get too excited, because what is going on? It keeps pulling the clear coat off. It's ridiculous. I am not pleased. Such is the curse of being a, there you are, body and paint guy. This stuff happens. So I can get a hold of it. What I did, see this here, it just follows that line. Whenever you do, custom work like this, just work with what the factory already gave you. And you're sure to have a, less clear coat peels off, a pleasing result of your devious plan. Dang it, look at that. Isn't that ridiculous? That just ruined would have been a nice job on this. So I've been left with no choice but to actually go over it with regular pinstripe to fix this dumb mess. You don't know how much I want to curse right now. Nope, you do that and this channel won't be up very long. So got to control the forked tongue, guys. I don't know if you can see that on film. This is typical trucks that go playing in the mud. The side windows, the windshield get covered in mud, and all them little micro rocks and stones, they get on the glass. Then they end up in here. Then the window goes up and down. See these scrape marks? So for you youngins that think you're going to sneak Dad's four-wheel drive truck out for some mudding with your buddies, you're going to get caught. All right, we're gonna call it quits there. Again, thank you for watching.